For today's beading lesson, I invited Kristal Wick here to show us some projects from her book that use metal clay to make findings for beadwork. I love these ideas, Kristal.
Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome.
This was so fun to write, I gotta tell you. Now there's metal clay out there and metal clay books and all kinds of fun things, but I wanted to focus on beaders because beaders like to make findings. They like to make their own findings, custom one of a kind.
Right.
So I did all these fun findings.
And the bracelets here with the peyote stitch, right?
Yes.
That is so clever.
Don't you like that? It's it's simple stitch, but a really elaborate, very, very luxurious finding
And
on
this
there,
way you
one of
can
a
make
kind.
the beadwork strips as wide as you want to because your findings are perfectly sized.
Customize.
Clever.
Yeah, I thought customization was the key to all of these projects in the book. Earrings here, the same kind of thing. You can make them large, make them small, depending on what you like to do.
And did you use rubber stamps to do the texture on the surface there?
I used texture plates. There's lots of different kinds of texture plates out there.
Yes.
And so I use those.
And then you can
really
run them
fun.
through the pasta machine, right?
Yes, you can do that. Yes, or you can press them down. You know, you don't need to have any extra tools, a lot of extra tools for this sort of thing. I also did a lot of the projects here out of copper and bronze clay.
Oh, like this necklace here in the middle?
Isn't that pretty with the bead caps and the bead ends and the focal right there? And then the ring here, which is gorgeous, if I may say so. I know it's one of your favorites.
I love that one. And you have a little piece of chain that's hidden inside there, right?
I do.
And all the beaded links are attached to it. That is so pretty.
And again, the base is made out of the metal clay. So you start with your base of metal clay and then embellish.
Yeah, so you can make any type of finding. It doesn't have to be the cones or the bead caps. It can also be even the foundation for a jewelry piece. Let's take a look at the bead frame in the middle of your purple necklace here.
Fun? That was really fun to make. And of course, you could make as many as you want using different kinds of textures. I like to mix the textures in a lot of my pieces so that they're all different. So the bead caps are different from these guys here, the cones, and that's different from the frame.
So you use different texture plates to get those different effects. Now, why did you choose to use the bronze and brass?
Oh, there's so many books and everything out there on silver clay and the silver. I did do some.
The silver bracelet?
Yes, sterling silver bracelet over there. I did some of that. And that was really fun. But I know that a lot of people haven't learned to use the bronze or the copper because it's fairly new on the market. Yeah. So I wanted to focus on that.
So give some different ideas.
Yeah. So like the pieces here in the middle, those were using copper. And you can see it's a whole different look.
It's really pretty, and I love that color palette with the aquas and the copper crystals too. And again, making your own findings here where you link them together so they actually become component parts of your bracelet.
Exactly.
That's smart.
Isn't that fun? And then throwing in some colored jump rings so you can match up the colors to whatever you use in your piece.
Yeah. Now tell us about this necklace over here on the outside.
Oh, I love that piece. That one, I love to have really inspirational words on my pieces of jewelry. And so that piece right there started with the word. And then I used all kinds of dangles and incorporated some of the little copper beads along the sides as well as some of my silk beads.
Oh, nice.
So it's nice to add texture. We've got crystals and then the metals and then throw in some silk to soften it a bit. So it's really fun to be able to combine elements.
Yeah, and it looks like you added some color to the bail on this piece.
I did. It's really, really fun to use your gilder's paste or any of the enameling that's going on right now. There are a lot of products on the market that are fun, and I talk about how to do all that in the book.
That you can even use on the metal clay.
Yes.
All right, and how about these earrings here?
Same thing. That's why I used on those. Those came out, again, that's the copper clay, and then I used a really pretty pink on top of it to give it a real bang. Nice pop.
Well, these are such great ideas, and combining the metal with the beadwork, very clever. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Kristal.
Thanks, Katie.